The morning sun shined warmly on the calm river, where two boys enjoyed a quiet moment together. Steave and Daniel laughed happily as they sat by the river, telling each other funny stories. Daniel's fishing rod bent a lot, something strong was pulling on the line. Daniel smiled big as he pulled in a shiny fish sparkling in the sunlight. Their friendship grew stronger as they shared a happy moment together while the sun shined above. Daniel stands beside his new bicycle, a wide smile lighting up his face with pride and excitement. Steave approaches, his eyes widening with admiration at the sight of the shining new bicycle. Daniel, protective and proud, cautions, "Be careful with it." The bicycle stands as a symbol of joy, its polished frame a reflection of hope and new beginnings in the village. Steave was excited, and Daniel felt proud, both ready for fun adventures on their village street. Steave sped down the forest path on Daniel's bike, the trees flying past like green and brown stripes. The bike shook hard as Steave lost control and raced toward trouble. There was a loud crash in the forest as the bike hit a big tree. The front wheel bent sideways, showing how hard the crash was. Steave lay on the ground, feeling bad about what he had done. Steve's eyes filled with fear when he saw how badly the bike was broken. The sky got darker as evening came, and long shadows covered the quiet village street. Daniel found his broken bike behind Steve's house. His eyes went wide, and he looked really upset. Steve's voice cracks with desperate regret. "I didn't mean to. I just didn't know how to tell you." Daniel spoke firmly. "You should have told me the truth. Now, I don't know if I can trust you." Daniel turned and walked away, leaving Steave alone in the fading light, feeling really sad and sorry. Steave sat alone in his room. Shadows moved on the walls, and the broken bike wheel lay nearby. The bent bike wheel made a big shadow on the wall, reminding Steave of what went wrong. Regret washes over Steave as he relives the day's events in his mind. Steave felt really sorry and sad because of what he did. In the stillness of his room, Steave confronts the consequences of his actions. Daniel walked deeper into the forest, smelling the fresh, wet earth all around him. Long shadows moved on the forest floor as dark clouds came, showing the storm was coming soon. His breath made little clouds in the cold air as big raindrops started to fall, splashing on the leaves. The narrow path became slippery and dangerous to walk on. His foot slipped, and he fell hard, feeling a sharp pain in his ankle. He let out a loud cry of pain, but the storm's noise and heavy rain covered it up, making it hard to see. Under the heavy rain, the village looked blurry and sad. At the edge of the forest, Emma stood, looking very worried as the storm raged around her. Through the heavy rain, someone appeared. Emma saw Steave and ran to him, feeling hopeful even in the storm. Emma, her voice laced with anxiety, cries out, "Daniel went into the forest before the storm. He hasn't come back." Her words felt very serious as the rainy forest stood dark and big against the stormy sky. With every raindrop, their need to find Daniel grew stronger. The forest was quiet, hiding its secrets. In the middle of the stormy forest, it was dark, and the heavy rain kept falling hard. Steve's flashlight shone through the thick trees, trying to beat the dark forest. "Daniel! Daniel!" Steave shouted loudly in the stormy woods, but the wind and rain covered his voice. After looking for a long time, Steave heard a soft voice in the storm, a sign of hope in the dark. Steave felt happy and called back to the soft voice, promising to help no matter how strong the storm was. "I'm here now. I won't let you down," Steave said, promising to keep Daniel safe in the storm. At night, Steave carefully helped Daniel walk back to the village, taking slow and careful steps. At the village gate, the people waited quietly, looking worried but hopeful. Mr. Carter walked forward and said wisely, "True friends don't never fight. They come back to each other when it really counts." Daniel, filled with regret, whispers, "I'm sorry I pushed you away." Steave offers forgiveness. "I'm sorry I broke your trust.